What's up? Miss you guys. So crazy, y'all. Crazy. Oh my gosh. So being a boss, I normally will work out every now and sporadic as I gain weight. So I've gained too much weight. As you can see, it's all in my face, like huge, okay? So today I started a diet. It's not a full diet because I told my trainer that I wanted to work on things gradually because I just don't want to cut it to cold turkey. But I can cut the sodas, the juices, and stuff like that. But I'm telling you that because as a boss and a business owner, we get so caught up to running after the clients and the money, we forget about the health. Sweetie, I'm not going to show y'all my before and after photos, but I'm not going to show y'all before. Y'all can have the after, but you can't have the before. So I am going to continue this my workout journey, and I'm going to talk to you guys about it, and I'm going to do some other little things. I'm going to get with Shaleo. Shaleo and I are going to get together, and he's going to record some of my journey. And I'm going to share it with you all on 25%. And the reason why I want to share it on this platform is because to let you guys know what it takes to be a boss and what's all entailed. And as I'm chewing, I was snacking on some oats because I can't eat any candy. I can't eat anything sweet. This morning I had fruits and a boiled egg. And lunch I had a Caesar salad with grilled shrimp. And dinner is on my mind. I'm going to run and get me some pulled chicken. But it was some collard greens, but I'm going to drink water. I'm not going to get the Arnold Palmer. I'm going to drink water because I want to lose some of this weight and be, and it's necessarily not a certain look, but I want to look good in my clothes. I want to feel good, and I want to be that person. So I'm bringing y'all up. Click like, click share. Listen, I got to start getting y'all merch out because we have to do that. We have to get the merch out. But I have this amazing young lady. What's your name?
Courtney.
Courtney, what's your last name?
McKenzie.
Okay, it's soon gonna be. What's your last name, Shaleo?
Oh, I get it.
Because I am trying to introduce Courtney to Shaleo behind the camera because he's a great young guy.
Love show.
A true love show. Okay.
What's going on? He done switched it up on me.
Switched it up. Like we about to get it. Courtney's single. Shaleo single. Look, I'm trying to get my boy hooked up. He's a great guy. Y'all some good single ladies out there that's, I ain't gonna say looking for a sugar daddy, but looking for, a nice young man to be.
Look, single wealthy men out there.
Okay,
for
yes.
Nice woman. Okay.
But we're gonna get this show started. So Courtney, tell us something about you and your business and all those things.
Well,
hey, Montel.
There's a lot to me. I do a lot. I'm a person that wears many hats, but we're here because I got my rental car company, UO Motorsports, Ultra Octane Motorsports. You can find us on Instagram. You can go to our website, UO Motorsports. We rent cars. Really, it's as simple as it gets. We rent cars. We got a fleet right now of about 13 cars and a slingshot. So, yeah,
Who is we?
Me and my business partner, Donovan.
Okay, why Donovan isn't here?
He handling his own business right now.
Okay.
Sometimes you gotta do what you need to do because we are still fairly new. And I want to say this. We are still fairly new. We just started this in February. So he still has his job that he go to. I still have my job that I go to. This is not, this is full time, but we still working on the
but see, now that's good to know, and not to cut you off. That's good to know because a lot of people think because once you open up a business, you automatically make money.
And I mean, we've made good money. I will say that we've made some good money, and it's like times where we done sat back like we can start paying ourselves, but you always want to put yourself in a financial position to where you walking away from your job, you never have to go back, ever have to go back. So we made the money, but we just wanted to make sure that it makes sense through everything.
So how are people getting to rent the cars? Through Turo or something like that?
No, so that's the thing. I used to rent my cars on Turo. So just a little background on me. I've been working in the rental industry since 2017. I started off at Enterprise, went through their whole management. I quit Enterprise 2020, started renting my car on Turo. Did really well. I made like $1,200 my first month, bought another car. Did really well. A couple months later, bought my third car. So I had all my cars on Turo, making all this money. So I thought. Got my tax form back from Turo. I made $21,000 in 2021. I saw $8,000 of that. And I remember sitting back like, I'm not putting my cars back on Turo. Like, y'all not about to trick me out of taking all my money and I'm doing all the work. Like, it don't even make sense. And it was just like trip fees, protection plans. Even if you book a trip on Turo, like we did it, where we booked a trip on Turo, pay $800. I only see $300. Like, that's how they do their fees. Like, they make people pay so much and you see so little of it. So we both were just like, it's time to move on. Like, he hit me up one day, and it was back in February, and he was just like, hey, he met me when I was working at Enterprise, and he was like, I know you got the experience, like, you worked in the industry before, like, I want to start this rental car company. What's up? And I was like, hey, you speaking my language. I got 3 cars. And he was like, what? You already? And I'm like, yes, I've been on this. I have a kid. I do taxes. I have a job. You know, I do a small business consultant, so I have a lot on my plate.
But she's not doing the taxes because I do taxes.
We do.
We the one on here on this show for taxes. We don't understand. There's only one on here that do taxes.
2.
Excuse me.
It's enough money for everybody.
Baby, it's a ton of money. They know I'm joking. They know I'm joking. Baby, it's so much money out here till it's falling out the sky.
Listen, I was just telling. I had to take a lift here because my car got rented out. Right. So I was just
you ain't playing. You lifting even your personal.
Listen. I don't have a personal car. I don't. Mm-mm.
All business.
All business, yes. Because when I started, I had bought my dream car, and it was a 2018 Mercedes CLA 250. Little white, little cool.
Girl, you was getting
doing my little thing, yeah. And I started working from home. And I used to just, like, try to drive to Walmart real quick. Because I'm like, I got to do something with the car. I'm paying a note on it. And then eventually I was like, I know I can make some money off of this. Because I had my house, and I was renting my house out. So I'm like, I know I can rent out a car.
Girl, do you keep anything for yourself?
I got my purse. I got my purse.
But you know what? Let me tell you something. I'm not gonna knock your hustle. Get to the money because there's so much money out there. Get to the bag.
Yeah.
Like, get to the bag.
Yeah, and it's like you always can make it work. Because when I was living in my house, I had a 3-bedroom home. It was just me and my dog. So I was Airbnb-ing out the rooms. And I had got to a point where I was seeing so much money. I went into Home Depot, bought some tubs, packed up all my stuff, and moved in with my mama. I was like, look, we're going to let these rooms pay for this house because I don't want to pay no mortgage ever. And then one lady stayed there for like 3 months. And I remember going to clean a room, and she was like, I love your house. It just reminds me of home. And I was like, huh? I said, well, you know what? Crazy enough, you can rent the whole thing. Take it, baby. Do whatever you want to do. And so I started renting my house out. And that's kind of where I learned, like, you can make money off of anything, so why not?
But I mean, that is a good thing, and you're a serial entrepreneur, and I have to commend and, pat you on the back and applaud you because you are getting to it by any means necessary.
Yes.
So how's your tax business?
I just started doing taxes, I want to say about 3 years ago. Mm-hmm. And I was working under, with a company called ASAP Tax, but.
ASAP.
Uh-huh. You might have seen it. They have a few offices, more so on the outskirts. I know it's one right on, like, Thornton Road. Okay. And they have one, like, down, I think, off, like, Washington Road. So they have a few different offices. But
so why did you leave there?
I want all the money.
Oh.
I have applied for my EFIN. Uh-huh. And so I was like, because, I make the 80-20 split. You know, that's cool. That's great. You see some good money. But when you see what everybody else is making, I'd rather be the person, getting that 80, that 20 from a whole bunch of people than,
So you're doing that and you're setting up your business like that?
Yes. So I decided I wanted to start, and I want to be able to pass something along to my child. And my biggest thing has always been being able to employ people. Because like you said, it's a lot of money out here, and people don't even know, like, the type of money that you can make. I know people that do taxes full time, and that's it. But people don't even know that. So it's like, I just want to be able to give people the opportunity, like the people I've been working with, they not taking on any more tax preparers. And so I'll get people all the time that's like, can you train me on taxes? I want to do taxes under you. And I'm like, I'm sorry, I can't. But if I have my own office, I can do whatever I want to do.
So you have your own office. So how did she or he feel when you left them?
They were okay. It's not, because I got introduced to them from my son's father. So he has more of a relationship with them than I do. Mm-hmm. So when I was like, I'm going to leave, he was like, that's cool. Whatever clients you brought, take your clients. But he just won't leave. So
he's still there?
Yeah.
Okay, well, that's pretty cool. Well, at least it's the loyalty and stuff like that. So at least you learned a lot. And so it looks like when you get into businesses, you learn to grow and how to maneuver.
Yes.
So how do you juggle all those businesses?
I don't know. I genuinely don't. People often ask me this. I don't know.
I'm not going to lie to you. She's telling the guy down the street. We don't be knowing.
I get up every morning and I'm like, okay, work out, breakfast, get the baby ready, and then go from there. Whatever happens, just figure it out step by step.
And people don't understand it. People think that because you're on a business, it's so structured, and it doesn't work that way. Because in business, every day presents its own problem.
Every day is something new. And I tell people, I wish I could just wake up, make breakfast, clock into work, do my job, get off, make dinner.
That's not happening. But that's not your personality.
Never. Yeah.
And your personality gives me that you're a go-getter and hustler. You're going to be a millionaire one day, and I hope you receive that and keep going and keep striving. Make sure you master something.
Yeah.
And when you master it, you put it to work and let it go. But congratulations on keep striving.
Thank you.
So, and you did that. So you got the tax business is seasonal, or it's all year round?
Well, it's technically seasonal, but it's you know how it go. It's all year round. Like
people always call.
Always.
But I want to ask. This is a question I have for you. How do you guys do it when it is off season and your customers need you? Because we stay open all year long. We're in a accounting firm. We stay open all year long. And I was like, well, what do tax preparers do when their offices are closed throughout the year?
So we still have access to the system. We still have access to the tax system. Like if somebody sent me their stuff right now, I can go file their taxes right now.
No, what I mean is like when customers call, do y'all have a number designated for them to call you?
I know they do. Me personally, because I already kind of knew how I was going to do what I was doing. Like I knew I wasn't going to stay with them forever. They just called me directly. Like all my clients have my personal phone number to reach out to me if they need anything, if they have any questions, and I just help them from there. But I say that to say, this will be my last customer-facing business that I start.
Why?
People are a lot. Dealing with people on an everyday basis, especially in things where they think they know what they're doing.
They hear from everybody else, but they don't hear. The most thing about it is with taxes is that so many people are giving so much false information out there, and they're making them believe that their situation is everybody's situation. Yes, you may have qualified for that $25,000. Or yes, you may have qualified for that $20,000. But you didn't. The next person don't qualify for that $20,000. And I've lost a lot of clients this year, especially to the I don't want to say I lost. I left a lot too as well. But I wasn't for it this year.
Yeah.
I've been in the game for too long, and I was just like, no.
This is, you can't
like this. The thing about it is what everybody's expectation this year was. So many people are advertising $25,000 and $20,000. I want that, and my hardest conversation to them is that you won't get it.
Yeah.
Now, if you get it, you're gonna get it somewhere else, but you won't get it here.
Yeah.
And it's not that you don't want to provide the best service, but like I tell them all the time, don't try to get this money for 75 days and have to pay it back on a 76th day. They don't get that.
They don't. And that's what I even had a client. She came to me and she like, I got this many kids. I should be getting this amount back. My cousin did this and da-da-da. And I'm like, okay, well, whoever did your cousin taxes, tell them to do it right after. They said I'm getting audited. What I'm supposed I don't know what you're supposed to do. I did not do your taxes. I am so sorry that this happened to you, but you want it.
That's what you want. And the thing about it is like I tell them, you pay me to do it correctly the first time, or you pay me even more to clean it up.
Yep.
And that's where I'm at now. I'm sitting back waiting on the 2 to 3 years when it comes to where I have to clean up the mess.
Yep.
That's where I'll make a chalk of money if I want to be bothered at that point in time.
Because I don't clean up. No, listen, if you come to me like I tried to go to them and they did,
But I mean, the only hardest part is the thing of the cleanup part is that you just have to file it accurately. And that's letting them know like what they told you owe. You don't owe. I mean, what they told you were going to get, you wasn't going to get. You're going to actually get this amount. Yep. And that's just it. And you have to be satisfied with it. And now you have to pay the money that you going to get. That's what's less. And you got to still pay me.
Exactly.
Out
And
of
they
pocket.
be mad. And they be mad about that payment. Boy.
But the problem is it's not yours. The battle's not yours. It's the Lord's, baby. I give it to God and say, baby, you have to take them on and do that. Like, I'm too old for it. It's
Look, me too. I tell people all, they be like, I'm not paying you this much. Hey, that's okay. It's a billion people I can refer. I will refer you to another tax preparer and say, go see what they got. And people always come back, well, they said they couldn't do this, and they said they. Well, welcome back.
Welcome back. Like
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
Because
Welcome
I tried
back.
to tell you the first time.
Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back.
Yeah.
And that's the fun part about that is you welcoming them back. But it's like now it's like, do I even want you back?
Exactly.
But this something that I want you guys to understand that are watching and the viewers that are seeing this is that every customer that goes into Walmart or Publix do not buy something.
Mm-hmm.
And every customer that comes to your business or patronize or inquire about your business isn't going to purchase something from you or utilize your services. So what you have to be understanding is okay with saying no and buy.
Yep.
Because you're going to put yourself in a bad situation when you try to accommodate each customer.
Yes.
You're going to get bad customer service.
Yes. And sometimes you just got to let it go. Like,
let go and let go.
We have people that will come and book a car, never come and get it, never pay for it. Like, they'll make a reservation and we have the option. You can either pay now and pay later. And I tell people all the time, I'm like, call them and see if they got the money ready because I got somebody over here who's ready to pay. And if you're not ready, that's okay. Like, I don't hold nothing against nobody. If you don't want to do business with me right now, like,
that's part out of her.
Yeah, it's okay. Like, I say this all the time. People be looking at me like I'm crazy. I'm like, it's okay. Like, it's perfect. No, don't. And they think I'm being funny. And I'm like, I'm not being funny. I'm being serious. Like, just move out my way because it's somebody else that's trying to get what you thought you wanted.
What you're refusing to get or what you can't afford.
Yeah.
And I tell people all the time, don't lower your prices.
Don't. Not at all. Ooh.
Don't lower your prices.
If Donovan was here, look, he know, and he probably going to laugh at me. He know I don't do no discount, no rate change. He the main one. Oh, you cool people. I be like, for what happened? Did the tire fall off the car? No? So why we discount it? What's that for? I'm confused.
No.
Like, especially when, like I said, I've worked in the rental car industry. You go to Enterprise, they want you to pay $100 a day for a little rinky-dink car. Our prices are nowhere near that. You can get a small SUV for $60 a day. So it's like you can argue with me about my prices or you can go somewhere else. But I already know, like, I've been in this industry. I know what I'm doing. It's not like I'm just telling you got to pay some outrageous price. So it's like, if you don't want to pay that, you can go argue with Hertz. You can go argue with Enterprise. You can go argue with Alamo to try to tell them to lower their prices. They won't. So why should I? Like, so I let people be who they want to be. I was just telling my Lyft driver, I'm like, people are like children. I treat all people like that I do business with like children. Business for, I should say, not with, but business for like children because they throw temper tantrums. Half the time they don't know what they're talking about, and they just want what they want. And it's like you can give it to them within boundaries. Like, that's my biggest thing is as long as you got your boundaries set, like I know how far customer service is a way of life. So I know how far I'll go for a customer. But it's like when you hit that wall, I'm so sorry. I can't do nothing else for you because I will. Like, you want me to drop the car off at your house? Cool. You want me to pick it up from your house? That's fine. You want me to ride with you to the grocery store? Cool. Buy me a Snickers. We good. But when you get to the point where I'm like, okay, you dragging this out a little too long, you just got to stop it. Like,
yeah, and I mean, I see that you really have patience and you've worked in customer service and you like, I can go so far, but baby, we got to reel this back in. And that's what you have to understand. Sometimes a client will take advantage of you. And you guys got to know that when a client is taking advantage of you and when they're not.
And all money, not good money. Well, my goodness, all money, not. Before I started this business, I had someone renting my car out and they were paying $1,500 a month. Everything's great. I don't know what it was, but Jesus put it on my heart and said, Courtney, go get your car. Like, it was out in Texas. I took a flight out to Texas, and I was like, I'm not even going to worry. You ain't got to worry about bringing it back to me, trying to figure out that I'm going to come get it. Took a flight out to Texas. That man pulled my car up. Tires were bald. I don't know when the last time it had an oil change. It was a crack across the windshield. Car was filthy. And I promise you, I was getting off my flight, and he kept calling me like, you don't have to come get the car. I'll pay for your flight back. I'll give you an extra $1,000 this month. Da-da-da-da. So I'm like, shoot, $25. I mean, that's $2,500 for some you usually pay $1,500 and my flight back. That's some good money. Like, I could use that money. But I promise you, Jesus put it on my heart because I was just like, no. I was like, bring me my car. Come get me from the airport, and I'm going to drop you off. And when I saw that car, I said, this why? I said, all money is not good money. And that was literally like the representation of it. Because when I saw that car, I was just like, if he would have kept that car any longer, it probably wouldn't have been no car. Like, I would have had to get new tires, $1,200.
Well, why didn't you take your car way to Texas?
That's where he worked at. Like, I knew it was out there. Like, that's just where he was working at. Like, he came and picked the car up for me. We had an agreement. It was somebody I've known for a while, but we had an agreement. You know, he gonna keep it out there. So I knew it was out there. But when I was like waiting for him to bring it back, and he like, okay, so on this weekend, and it was like maybe like 2 weeks out, and I was like, nah, I'm not even gonna wait 2 weeks. I got on my look, and you can ask anybody. I'm gonna go get my cars.
You gonna go get it?
What? I go get my cars.
You knock on doors.
I knock. I definitely.
You seem like you're not nobody that you play with.
Not at all. Because I'm tired.
You're tired. And she just getting started.
Look, boy.
Okay. So what quotes you go by?
I think my biggest quote right now, and actually it's been for a while, is the only difference between the life that you have and the life that you want is you. I live and die by that, because I get up every day and I tell God, like, show me how good it can get. Show me how good it can get. I say that at least 50 times a day. Show me how good it can get. Because I feel like my life is good right now. Like, I do. I enjoy life. Like, I go on my trips. I run my businesses. Like, I love my son. We have fun. Like, I enjoy life, even the craziness of it. I live for the chaos. Like, I live for organizing those things. So I just look at my life, and I just look at, like, what I want more. Like, what more do I want? What else?
Did anybody say it could always be worse?
It could. It really could. I've seen it. I was there.
Oh.
I was there. I was there them days. What? When I was waiting for the tax return to pay the mortgage, and they calling me like, ma'am, I don't know when the money coming. I don't know what to tell you. You got something for me? Y'all hiring? I don't. So I've seen it.
Oh my gosh, you have weakened me today.
For real, I have.
You have weakened me today, girl. But the thing about it is, the reality of it all is that this is life, especially when owning a business and having to get it. There's no guarantee when it's gonna hit.
Yep.
And you gotta go when you can get it. And like I tell them, pride and success don't ride in the same car.
Never. That's why I say faith and fear can't live in the same place.
You can't at all.
Either you're going to be faithful and you're going to keep riding it out, or you're going to be scared and sit back. But scared money do not make
money, baby. Way down in the valley where the girls get, okay, you know what?
Don't make me.
Okay.
Because, boy, scared. I tell people this all the time. People ask me, how do you feel comfortable bringing your cars out to people you don't know? I got Gap.
And I got insurance.
And that's it.
And I go to sleep.
And that's it.
That's why I pay it.
And we gonna see what happens tomorrow.
And tomorrow come and nothing happened, and we're gonna continue on from there.
But we had a situation where a lady tried to steal a car.
She did?
Oh my goodness, yes. You can actually see this. I did a whole video on it on our YouTube channel. This lady took the car to New Jersey. All the way to New Jersey. She was supposed to have it for one day. Called me the next day. My brother died. I gotta go to New Jersey, go to the funeral, blah, blah, blah. The car, we tracked the car, so we already see it's up there. So it's really like, I can fight you about this, or you can just pay me, and it is what it is. Like, it's okay. My car locked. I can't go to the bank till tomorrow, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, again, car's in New Jersey. Can't really do nothing about it. Gonna wait for you to, get your car situated next day. Next day, she didn't pay. She sends me a picture. I just want to set the scene. It is now the 23rd of May. This is when this happened. She sends me a picture of the little pamphlet, obituary, whatever they had for the funeral. This man had passed on the 13th.
Of May?
Yes. And so I'm like, you already knew you was going to steal my car. This was already in your head to take this car because you knew that the funeral was happening on this day. So you just, found your little wiggle room. And so I'm like, I'm a very understanding person. Because, again, we've all been there. The money ain't. Money a little funny, but we got to get to where we're going. So I'm like, that's fine. The funeral has happened. Bring me my car back. Mm-hmm. That's all you got to do. Bring me my car back. I'm on the way. Mind you, I do a lot of things. So I'm like, okay, cool. She says she on her way. A few hours pass. Where you at? I'm stuck in traffic. Tracking the cars at the liquor store.
I want to run through the door. I
said, what? So I'm like, okay, you on your way? Cool. Great. Wait a couple hours. Car parked at a house. Hello, I have this vehicle. I need y'all to tow it now. She calling my phone next day. I left listen, this was her excuse. I forgot my kids up there, so I had to turn around and go get them. I came back, the car was gone. You forgot your kids, and how you drive out without your kids? So it's already not making sense. I said, well, yeah, the car got towed. So what? And I promise you, before this, she was like, I got this money. She's sending me pictures of videos of her blowing through money. I got all this money. I can pay you, da-da-da-da-da. Okay, well then, pay me for the rental car. Bring it back, and everything will be okay. Well, I can't do that. And she fussing at me. This lady has threatened me. She's like, I'm going to call the police and say you stole all of my stuff out the car. I'm going to sue you for, what did she say? She said for the time that she couldn't work, because she ended up getting stranded in New Jersey for a whole week before she could find some money to come back.
Not the money she had flowing through.
Not the money that...
I'd say, girl, I'll see you in court.
Listen, and I was... Because I've had to take a few people to court. I've had to do it before.
I have no problem with
it. I got it down pack. I already know. Fulton County Civil Magistrate. Hello. Y'all know me. Hello, Mr. Jeffrey. How you doing today? Mr. Frazier. I can see him often. So I was like, go ahead. Like, do it. Because at the end of the day, you stole this car. So not only... if you try to sue me for whatever you saying you're going to sue me for, I could just go ahead and do my counterclaim for the days that you took it, the money that I lost, had to get it towed, had to get it shipped down to Atlanta, and the days that I had to cancel because you had my car. And then I had to get the key replaced. So I'm like, right now, you seeing upwards of $5,000. So, hey, please. I kept telling her, do it. Do it. Do it. I'm waiting for the day so I could do it.
But why didn't you sue her?
It ain't worth it. And it's really just like, she ain't had money to get home. So
what's she gonna have to do?
And then I had to drop, I dropped her stuff off at her house or her apartment.
I wouldn't have dropped it. I would have told her to pick it up at the tow truck company.
Listen, I was 5 seconds away from opening up the trunk and just letting it fly out on the highway. But my mama always say I do well in life because I am kind to people and I'm not spiteful. Like, I just try to do right. Even if you doing wrong, I just try to at least do my bare minimum to, this your stuff is going to be outside your house. That's the best I got. That still was stupid because then she calling the police to my, she stole my stuff. It was never outside my house.
You took a picture of it?
I did. That's why I'm like, I don't understand what's, like, she literally called my phone for weeks after all of this happened.
And what the police said?
They never called me because I told her, tell them to call me. I said, here, you have my contact information. Tell them to call me. I said, because your whole story don't even make sense. Like, you sitting here trying to tell me you didn't steal a car that you stole. Like, that. She was like, she told me, she was like, I'm going to sue you for defamation of character because you keep telling people I stole this car. Said theft by conversion is a real thing. When you have a car rented and you don't pay for it and you keep it, that's theft. I said, I did you a favor by not calling and reporting it stolen because I know you had your kids. That's the only reason why I did not report the car stolen, because I'm like, if she gets pulled over, she going to get taken to jail and her kids going to go to wherever they go.
Every man for himself and God for us all.
Oh, no.
You gotta, when I come to work, I'm Mr. Williams, and when I go home, I'm Donald.
Yeah. But that's where I'm at, though. Like, in this moment in my life.
You ain't got time.
Yeah. So, I hit that wall.
Give me some tips that you would give anybody, like up-and-coming entrepreneurs.
Don't stop. Don't stop and you're going to be tired. It's not as beautiful and glamorous as it may seem. Like, I tell people all the time, I try to be transparent about this whole business thing. And it's like, when you start making the money, don't start spending it. Mm-hmm. When you start making the money, do not start spending it. They don't
understand that. And I just told that to someone today.
Yeah.
When you start making the money, don't spend it.
Don't. Like, I mean, we done seen a few thousand a few times. Mm-hmm. Still ain't touched it. And it's crazy because it's like, I remember sitting and I'm looking at the account and I'm like, okay, we got a good amount of money in here. Like, we can do this. But I was like, nah, because it's the rental industry. And anything that you renting, especially cars, houses, things of that nature, if it mess up, it costs a lot of money. Like, and lo and behold, the car got put in the shop. I think right now we got like 2 or 3 cars in the shop.
It's a ton of money.
Money, yeah. So it's like all that money you were making, now you're not making it off of those cars. And these are cars that are going for 100, 150 a day. Oh. So it's like, yeah, so, you was used to seeing that, but now you're not. And just keep your head. Keep your head. Like, don't panic. Do not panic. Everything will be okay. It might seem like it's falling apart, but everything usually falling together. As long as you stick to your plan. I think that's really it. Forget all that stuff I ever said. Get a plan. That's my thing. I tell people, I'm a list person. I have 30,000 lists in my house. The list. I have a notebook full of lists. Make whatever you want to do. Whether you want to have a rental car company, you want to have a dance studio, a restaurant. If that's what you want to do, put it at the bottom of that list, and then make a plan for every step until you get there. And if you stick to that plan, regardless of, I know my plan. I have set my plan. I have thought about it, prayed about it. I know my plan. So regardless of what happens on the day-to-day, who does what, when they do it, I'm going to number 3, number 4, number 5. It may take a little longer to get to 6, but I'm sticking to my plan. I'm not going to add, oh, well, he said, she said. No, if you want to do stuff outside of that plan, do it. Try it. I done tried so many things. Try it. But when you know what you want to do with that one thing, stick to that plan. Because if you start wavering from it, that's when things get too chaotic. Because it's already chaos on a day-to-day basis when you're running your business. So it's like if you already got things chaotic and you trying to sway from your plan, it's going to be hard trying to figure out, dang, like, am I on 6 or 7? Did I ever do number 3? Like, like, you got to stick to that plan. That's
Stick to the plan.
the only thing that really done saved me, and a lot of times, is just knowing what I'm doing next. Because again, it get hard, it get
Extremely
tough,
hard, and it's tough.
It gets really sad, and nobody's gonna be there to be like, it's okay, keep going. Because you can start a business today and stop it next week. Nobody will blink. Nobody will ask you what happened. Nobody will try to build you back up.
Support.
Yeah, none of that. So it's like you really just have to be on yourself. Like, I have a great support system, but I promise you tomorrow if I went to my family and said, "Ooh, y'all, we couldn't do the rental car company no more. It just became too much. We sold all the cars." They'd be like, "Oh, okay. What you want for dinner?" They're not even going to think twice about it, So you got to stay on yourself more than anything with this type of stuff because you can go get you a good job.
And some of them can't get a good job.
Lord, look. Y'all better go I can get you a good job. That's what I be telling people. Y'all don't be looking in the right places.
They don't be looking in the right places and all the wrong places.
And they want the cute jobs. That's what I tell people. They want the cute jobs.
Baby, you got to get down in the grind and hustle and put the hat on.
Listen, okay.
Look, put the hat to the back.
Okay. I be telling people that all the time. I'm a lady.
Me too.
But if I was a manly man, I'd be out here driving trucks, doing some construction, making that good money. But I'm a lady.
I can't do it. These hands,
I can't.
They're not made for it. Nah, I'm just joking. I'll do what I have to do to survive. I'll shuffle poop to feed my family.
Listen, if I had to, but that ain't gonna never happen to us. That ain't gonna happen to us.
I pray. That means a lot of things have
It's
changed.
not.
That means a lot of things have changed. So, I mean, it is what it is. But in life, it's nothing guaranteed, especially with business. You have to get out and hustle. And you have to... Your food don't come to you automatically. But I'm grateful that God has blessed my business since 2006, since been getting it going and running.
Yes.
And God has been abundantly supportive.
Yes. Listen, every step of the way. That's why I said I started my first business when I was 19. And I just, like I said, I be trying stuff. Try stuff, see what works, see what stick. But I had always had the thought, and I still do, like, now that I have my son, I'm a little more cautious, but he has, I have my home. He has a trust fund, so he's going to be good. He has this, what he needs to set himself up. But I always say I'm young and vibrant. I'm going to do and do and do and do until I can't do it no more. Like, that's the whole point of working hard now so I can relax later. Like, I'm not going to let up no time soon.
You should not.
No time soon.
She gave it to you guys. Stick to the plan. So thank you. Click like, click share, click follow. Courtney has been amazing today, and I've learned some things. So see you guys.